Hello everybody, today we have a beautiful gaming machine. It's a Dell G15 5535 with AMD Ryzen 5 7640HS. It has beautiful full HD screen with 120 Hz refresh rate and a Nvidia GeForce RTX 3050 graphics card. Let's take it apart and let's see what we can upgrade, what should be gonna be able to replace and fix. Let's start. We'll start with the bottom screws. Those are regular Phillips screws. Alright, all the bottom screws are out, and then we have screws by the rear vents. Let's take them out. Alright, now we'll separate the bottom from the palmrest. Use only plastic tool, otherwise you will scratch your parts, and work your way around the edge. Alright, the bottom is out. Here we have our part number. Now we have access to all components. Let's start with the battery. Disconnect it from the motherboard. Now take out all the screws holding the battery. The battery slides out. Here we have the part number for the battery. So if your battery doesn't hold the charge or it's swollen, you can replace it. Now, as we can see, those are the memory slots, both memory slots. You can take out the memory and upgrade it. These are DDR5 memory. Here we have the Wi-Fi card. So if your Wi-Fi card doesn't work, you can replace it. Here we have our SSD. That's our storage. So if you want to upgrade it or fix because you have blue screen or doesn't post, that's where you go. So this slot was empty, that's just a cover. So this is for the upgrade. And that's our main and SSD here, the short one. So that's our SSD. Now let's disconnect all the cables from the motherboard, because we will be pulling out fans and the motherboard. So this one slides out. Here we have our LCD connector. That's a retaining clip, so unhook it and then it slides out. Now let's unplug the fan, another fan. Here we have the touchpad connector. That's a backlit cable for the keyboard. Alright, now we are ready to take out the motherboard. Let's take out also screws for the I/O boards. They are on both sides. This one is for audio. Let's disconnect the speaker. Oh, speaker is coming out already. So if your sound is bad, you should replace those. And here we have the part number. That's our second I/O board with USB ports. Okay, let's take out the rear vent. Let's disconnect the keyboard connector. Let's take out the screw for the fan. And here one by the DC power jack. Now let's flip it and we will take out the whole rear vent cover with the hinge cover. So it goes here, here. Okay. Now our rear vent cover is out. That's our part number here. Okay, here we have two screws. and another screw by the power jack. This is really nice. You can replace the power jack if it's broken. Here we have the part number. And now our motherboard is ready to go. Let's disconnect this I/O board connector. Now we can take out our motherboard. Here we have part number and another one here. And as you can see on the other side, the I/O boards are separate, so we can disconnect these. So that's an audio board. Here we have the part number. And our I/O board with the USB ports. If your USB ports are damaged, broken, very often the plastic insert inside breaks, so then you can replace the board. Here we have the part number. Now we will be taking out the heatsink fan assembly. So unscrew all the screws from the heatsink. Be gentle, don't bend the heatsink or it will not work anymore. Here we have the part number. And that's our motherboard. The graphics card is soldered on the motherboard, so you can't upgrade it. If your graphics card is bad, you have to buy the whole motherboard. Okay. Here we have our Palmrest keyboard assembly. So to disconnect it, we'll be taking out these two screws for the hinge and two screws on the back for each side. Alright, the cables are routed here, so let's take them out. And then the Wi-Fi antenna cable is right here. Okay, now we have our screen disconnected. Screen is usually sold in one piece. That's the best way to buy it if you need to replace it. And here we have the part number for our screen. And that's our Palmrest touchpad assembly with the keyboard. It's usually sold in one piece. I see that the keyboard is riveted, so you have to buy the whole Palmrest keyboard assembly. In case if your touchpad doesn't work, you could replace just the touchpad. Then unscrew these screws. All right. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.